Hey,
Hey. Okay, I just clicked recording. I hope that's okay. um,
it's
hey,
fine.
my name is Elizabeth Lyons, and this is Behind the Song. And today we have Patrick Thomas with us. How are you doing, Patrick?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so happy to see you. It's been like, I think we wrote Settle Down Chicago back in 2014. Or wait, no, or
It,
was it 2011? I was trying to go back and look at our DOC.
it's some creation date that makes me feel like I'm getting old.
I know. I think I texted it to you. I'll have to look at it. Yeah, and you just got married.
I did. I'm still playing with the ring. I got married on May 23rd of this year, so it was wonderful here in Nashville.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Isn't it the best? You're probably like still like feeling the just happy about being married.
We are good. We had a wonderful honeymoon, and we already it kind of it's not the most romantic thing to say because it kind of felt like nothing changed because we've been together for so long, um but no, I mean it's wonderful. Yeah.
That's the good thing. That's when you know it's right if nothing's changed, after you get
Yeah.
married. So that's good. Um, so yeah, Patrick is the son of two Broadway singers and grew up in Texas and has always been surrounded by music. I found out about Patrick after watching him on NBC's The Voice, Team Blake. And were you runner up, right?
Not runner up. I would that would have been pretty cool. I did kind of go pretty far though, and got into the live rounds and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. I was like, I remember you being like really like far along. Anyway, but you ended up signing to one of the best like Grammy Award winning songwriters, Brett James's publishing company, Cormier Music. And you went to Vanderbilt where I went and where we I think originally got connected, if that's right.
I was trying to remember how, what the original connection was, because this town is there's a lot of connecting people, right?
No.
And it's rare that you see it happen through Vanderbilt. It feels like that's more of that's Belmont's claim to fame is connecting writers. But I think it was either through Vanderbilt or through a songwriting teacher at Vanderbilt. It could have been Deanna Walker, but somehow, yeah, our paths crossed. Yeah.
Yeah, so we wrote a song together called Settle Down Chicago in June 2012. I looked it up. So I think we were both probably juniors at that point, which is wild to think.
That sounds right. Yep.
And I remember you asked me the question that was like most people like don't just like really jump to it, but it's like what is the most vulnerable story you like can tell me? And I remember being like, pretty young in terms of like songwriting and being like, oh my God. And then also when you're so young, you don't really like think sometimes. You just like live in this world of like just constantly going and going and going. And then not really ever sitting back to like think and process, okay, wait, what is that? What does that really mean? Which I'm really thankful for that you did that. Like you were so mature for your age in that way.
I'm sure plenty of people would disagree that I was mature for my age, but at least in that way.
Yeah, I mean, you were though. I mean, to be like so open and be like pushing me to kind of be open to that. I think I had received a text message at the time from like an ex of mine that said like, "Okay, settle down, Chicago," and then you had, we both share a love for the piano, and you were sitting at your keyboard and you started just like playing the chords and literally like sang the first, I think, two lines like she blew in from the windy city, blue-eyed, blonde hair, too pretty, 25 years old, but she's going on 18. Like, and I
Mhm.
was like, oh my God, like we're writing this. I don't know. Do you remember that? You got,
I do actually. I know, and you've got such a cool background right now. I'm sitting here kind of messy office with guitars. My keyboard is over that way against that wall,
oh my gosh,
um, but I know I should be downstairs with my. What kind of piano do you have back there? Is that a Yamaha?
it's a Steinway. I
Ooh,
know, which is
beautiful.
my father-in-law bought it for me for Christmas. I want to say 2 years ago, a year after I got married to my husband, who's a Vanderbilt grad as well.
Nice.
So yeah, I feel very blessed. It was my favorite Christmas present I've ever received. So
It is nice. I've got a Yamaha, small Yamaha baby grand downstairs, and
I love
it is wonderful to have in the house. So
it. Yeah.
I'm sure you treasure that. That's really awesome. But yeah, I do remember. It's funny. I think I was still writing the majority of my songs on piano at that time. At some point, I decided that it wasn't country enough, and so I started trying to improve my guitar skills and started going into every single write playing guitar, and would limit myself in a way, I guess, to push myself. Um, but at that time, yeah, I think I would have probably definitely been, just playing around on the keyboard and trying to find something that felt right. And I do remember I do remember writing the very, kind of talking through that first line. Yeah, it was special.
Hmm. I know. I actually went through a similar phase of Nashville where, everyone plays guitars around you. So when you show up to a songwriting round and you're bringing your keyboard, and it's also a pain to bring your keyboard because none of the places have keyboards, which they really
Yep.
should. Um, you find yourself kind of being pushed towards the guitar. And with all the songs, so Settle Down Chicago is going to be the first single off of a 9-song album and the first of 5 singles that I'm pushing out. And piano is a part of every single song. And that was something that I wanted to do because I feel like I kind of lost myself, kind of being forced to kind of trying to do the guitar thing. And I'm like, no, I have to go back to like what I love, which is the
Yeah.
piano. And I was so felt so grateful. I remember when you were playing piano in the songwriting appointment, because I think that's why this song has always resonated with me, because of the keyboard and how beautifully you play and all of that. So thank you for doing
Oh,
it.
thank you. Yeah.
um so yeah, so did you get a chance to listen to the song? What did you
I
think?
was just listening. I was just listening to it, and not to go down a rabbit hole, but I'm sitting here pulling up my phone again.
Yeah.
I When COVID happened and when life got kind of crazy, I was getting ready to go. I'd gotten cast to play Paul Simon in this Simon and Garfunkel tour, and was actually gonna. Speaking of Chicago, we were opening 2 weeks in Chicago before doing like a month in Canada, and we were supposed to start in May of 2020. Well, obviously that didn't happen. And so kind of everything, even leading up to that, I wasn't gigging a lot because I was rehearsing for this show. And so kind of the ground kind of got taken out from under me as far as income. And like a lot of people, I know a lot of others had it worse than I did, but I promise I have a point. I started working for Amazon, just moving boxes. And then, I've been fortunate enough to kind of move up a few times with that company. So I just finished, sitting here at my computer looking at Excel spreadsheets, and I'm still working there right now, which is weird because I've never had a full-time job other than music in my whole life. I'm 30, and somehow until last year had never actually had a real person job.
Yeah.
But so all of that, the point is I got to listen to like a little bit of it, but not even close to as much as I would have liked because I wanted to be on time for our call.
Oh, you're so sweet. No, I feel you. I mean, I think the music industry shutting down really put everything into perspective. And, I've picked up side things with like social media consulting and producing like commercials and trying to get into like producing film and TV just to have another means of income and stuff like that. So I think we're all in the same boat. And I hope and pray that we are able to, the music industry bounces back in a big way. And
Yeah, me too.
but it's going to take some time, I think,
Yep, we're getting there.
we're getting there. So to us, working musicians, and even more of a reason to try to, follow us on social media and do what you can to try to support us would mean the world. But yeah, I mean, I think the Johnny Fung, did the production, who he's worked on Chase Rice and Gabby Barrett, some of their stuff. And we kind of went with like a more Dan and Shay type of feel. And I originally kind of, the beginning of the album, I wanted to be more stripped back and then build throughout the song. So this song's kind of is more stripped back compared to some of the stuff you guys are going to be hearing later. But definitely the kind of more cinematic feel with this, with the piano kind of in the background. I think we changed some chords and stuff, but for the most part, you know, trying to make it feel, even because the lyrics are so dark, that we wanted to make the production somewhat hopeful, because, you know, in all my music I try to be a little hopeful. So
Yep.
yeah, but we've all been in that place of being low and kind of at losing ourselves and at our worst point. And you don't really know how you got there, but it's kind of about how you rise out of that, that I think is really what is important, and kind of what this song is all about, you know? So
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. You take the words out. I think you're hit the nail on the head. So
I know. Well, I wanted to say thank you so much for hopping on here. And you guys make sure to follow Patrick on social media. You can go to his website, www.patrickthomasmusic.com, and follow his Spotify and all of that. And I look forward to seeing what you do. Hopefully, you know, you'll be able to go on the road, and I'll tell my friends and family in Chicago, you know, because that's my hometown, to
yeah,
see you on your show once it picks up again. And y'all be sure to like and subscribe and comment on this video if you enjoyed today, and be sure to download and listen to Settle Down Chicago. Thanks again, Patrick. You
thank you. It's my pleasure.
have a great weekend.
Yep, you too. See ya.